especially on the Strange. Definitely a Strange specialist. He's already ready to go with the counter portal over the top side, like you mentioned. Dropped it down just for a little bit of damage in the spawn, and they didn't even prepare for it. Oh my god, they were going to go through their own portal on the side. However, over the top, I feel like that strategy is well known that you're going to be counter portaled on in FlyQuest. Obviously throwing it down, able to find the opening, elimination, and meanwhile a Hulk as well available for Shikigami's side instead of the Groot that they protected. So that's interesting to see them play such a different composition already.
Yeah, absolutely. Loving the Hulk pick here. Dink's getting that early pick. I mean, just making things a little bit awkward to start. Gaskin going on the high ground here, trying to stop this flame grab that's often taken. This is a route that's super comfortable for a lot of people because that left side of the building can be a bit awkward, and right down the middle, I mean, you can get blasted down. As we get some nice Invisible Woman gameplay we've yet to see today, and Zell's getting a nice pick here on Scatter, taking down a main Vanguard to start. That's going to make things really tough here for the offense.
Yeah, that was a nice pull from Zelos, and the follow-up was there from him and the rest of the crew. Now, Shikigami forced all the way back, right? Constantly pressured out by FlyQuest right now, who are just controlling the high grounds, just kind of dictating where the fight takes place. Right now, Shikigami, they need to find an opening. Already a minute and 20 seconds off the clock. Amadian, maybe he's going to find it. Hands the guard over the top side. Cooper on the right angle. Takes 3 headshots. Amadian, what a great opening onto Cooper. That's the balloon still removed. Can they find anything more? It looks like the answer is on FlyQuest side. Gasplin able to take down Scatter. That was a nice trade from him, and unfortunately Amadian's pick doesn't look like it's finding too much more value as Gasplin's in his face, forcing him away from the fight, making sure that Hella is marked. That's enough for them to actually wait. Meanwhile, on the other side, Shikigami, with Gasplin distracted, came back through and able to find energy. So removing the defensive Hella, ultimates are available now, but 2 minutes are on the clock, and Shikigami are slowly working towards the point.
Yeah, things could have gone from bad to worse there. Longer walk back. This is going to take a little bit of time as we see Mello diving in, slicing and dicing, and giving the Spark. Chief kill on the group going down, but able to survive the ultimate here as we have Luna proc and we have the ult ready. But Agamotto landing on the Wolverine. Can they finish the kill? We got the kidnap going on, but he's able to escape. But lastly, we've got a Hella ult trying to rain down. Can get a pick here. No, narrowly escaping.
Right now, Shikigami on the point. At least zoning off in this fight. Here comes Wolverine. Engage goes far. Has the passive to give him a little bit more bonus HP. Builds that health pool back. FlyQuest towards the point. Do have the ultimate advantage until Shikigami will have their eye of Agamotto to go. Gaston tries to walk out. Oh no, gets deleted. That shield removed. That frontline presence removed from the map at the current moment. A minute left to go. RE2 takes given. Down 3 as well. On the defensive hold to make sure Madian's going to be nice and healthy on the inside angle. Light tries to touch. Everybody else kind of funneling in towards the point. Spark did toss out a Groot ultimate to no avail. Strangling Roots not able to find much more. Here comes an aggressive push from Mello. 2 immediate removals on the side of him with FlyQuest going back to the spawn. That Shikigami into the streets phase of the map.
Woo-wee! We got 2 double-doubles happening, and I mean, you're seeing right away the Gamma Charge Maelstrom is really helping out the Doctor Strange. They're not having to worry about the anti-heal hitting him, and he's got an Agamotto ready to go on this offense push. Light obviously does have his ultimate online, but if you're looking at just the ults, Favor right now going a bit, well, it's pretty even at this point. But we do have Cooper close to getting their ultimate when the fight happens. We are going to have Fate of Both Worlds ready to rock and roll. But what a beautiful kind of recovery a bit from the offense here in Shikigami.
They're looking pretty good at the moment. On the inside angle, last stand utilized by Light. Able to get more value by getting rid of a Madian as well. And Hulk out of that Hero Hulk form back into Bruce Banner. Has to go back and switch. Eventually does get some iframes to come back into it, but everybody's sort of forced back from Shikigami. This is a tough part of the map to play around in, but nice stasis there from the Hulk to force away Spark Chief, who's brought back into the team, but in fact it's Spark Chief to win out in the 1v1 with a Wolverine, in the walls were perfectly placed from him. So FlyQuest taking advantage of great group play, hold this point so far.
Wow, Spark Chief likes to be uncomfortable apparently because he was put into a pretty tough position to get out of and able to get not only 1 but 2 kills here. And that's going to slow things down pretty significantly. Only a minute and 55 on the clock, but Shikigami does have Doctor Strange, Invisible Woman, really all their support ults ready to rock, and the Hella Goddess of Death ready to go. We're about to see ultimate fireworks, as I like to call them, because look at the side also for FlyQuest. They're ready to rock and roll as well.
Here comes the Strangling Roots from Spark Chief onto 1. Able to get down Milio. No passive available to keep himself alive. It's traded back immediately as energy goes down. Spark Chief and crew Want to play this corner, play around the angle, but the lockdown comes through from Hero Hulk again. Nice job from Shikigami to hit those. Here comes the kidnap from Light, though. Brings them, baits them in, force that Fate of the World's out, but it's blocked off by Brute Walls as well, so Scatter can't stay alive. Even though Jinx had a perfectly timed ultimate, it's not good enough to keep himself alive, and that's why we see so much Groot. However, Amadian on the other side able to take down Energy. A nice pick. Also, Amadian's in this guy with the Hell Unleashed, but it's get deleted out of the ultimate. Also, the boundary is here to keep everybody healthy on FlyQuest's side, so they're able to play around it very well. 2 eliminations went back in their favor with a minute left to go. Melio does trade back one. At least Gaslin's removed. So they're able to walk back into this. The Shikigami with the Hulk ultimate, able to keep pushing forward. Also get the boops away into Scatter. What a juggle. Oh my gosh, Light Stagger comes out. They're going to have to recontest last second.
Beautiful. I mean, Logan would be proud of the play from Light there, and Wolverine going crazy, but the huge response here after these really clutch Brute Walls, able to close off the strategist from healing the team. We saw that as the main highlight, and yet another pick, double pick from Spark Chief at this point now, and it's looking like they could end up holding them. Absolutely beautiful, but not before Maiden does get the pick on Energy.
Yeah, that was a nice shot from him. Maiden in the Hella Duel has been doing so well. 10 seconds left to go. Environmental kind of flow turned off, so you can't fly up. In the neutral, here comes Scatter in the front line. Looking to pressure out. Everybody here. Builds up the charge. Also close to an Ayavakamoto. Boundary as well to keep Light healthy here. On the inside, or from Ricky's side to use his, rather. They push forward. Amadian still looking for shots on this left side. Stuns Light. Also gets rid of him. Nice shot from him. Gaslin trades it back, though, on the other side. Fate of Both Worlds is about to end. Cooper has to come back and freeze the Hulk. Able to take him out and get the final blow into Bruce, so that was nice from him. And the rest of the team still playing around this objective. Do have the boundary available from Zelos if needed. Ayawakamoto comes through, but it keeps everybody alive with a huge boundary from Zelos. Everybody was caught by the Ayawakamoto, but it didn't matter. Because of fantastic strategy play from Zelos, FlyQuest hold at 104 meters.
Oh my goodness, Cooper. Absolute beauty there at the end to finish off that defensive point. I mean, really, I got to say the story there to me, if you were looking closely, Spark Chief in those Groot Walls, he was putting them at such an advantage so many times, closing them off. And obviously we can't forget how Light just was going off as the Wolverine there. I mean, really good ult usage. And they even had, Zelos had the invisible barrier ready to go as well.
Yeah, no, that was so well timed by Zelos. I know how, these players as well, from in terms of communication, how they talk about it, right? Zelos is not only an invisible woman player, but also a Loki player, right? They like to, really make sure they get the most value out of strategist ultimates. And that's what you want out of a good strategist player, making sure they can time everything perfectly, making sure that, you're not panic ulting, for example, right? You don't want to use your strategist ultimate too early because, the other team will take advantage of it, disengage, whatever, and come back at the perfect time. So how FlyQuest was in a great spot. They were, they had the person advantage. They were in a solid spot. But even then, Zelos still greeted the ultimate, came back through with that invisible boundary, like you said, and, the story's, told from there.
Look at this damage block. Look at the damage from Spark Chief. I mean, definitely beauty on the stat lines here as we are heading into it. Now, hey, we've all been in the games where just because you get the first point doesn't mean that they're necessarily able to get the point here, but all they've got to do is keep on doing what they're doing here as we're heading into the first point. Mello there on the top, trying to get a little bit of scout going.
Yeah, just playing on the top side, trying to get rid of the bridge as well, making sure his team has those angles, and FlyQuest has denied them. Meanwhile, they kind of just walk up, use this front angle, just going right to it, right? Making sure they can take advantage of Groot Walls here in this main choke point. Meanwhile, you see a Groot on the defensive angle this time. Obviously with Hulk, maybe they wanted to play a bit more aggressive, but now they're playing with those walls on the defensive side. Kidnap comes through, but it's traded out. Meanwhile, oh my gosh, counter Kidnap came through. Ricky got picked off on Shikigami's side. Nice work by Light on the back left to take out that invisible woman. Came through all sneaky beaky like, and with that they're able to find even more. Groot gonna fall, I mean, with another kidnap as well. I mean, this is gonna be pretty brutal without any ultimates in the neutral game for Shikigami to even recontest. I mean, Strange getting staggered there so late. The portal is gonna be incredibly late, and you're not gonna have a Madian for this fight, so you might have to just give it up and go into the second phase of the map.
You get a kidnap, you get a kidnap, and you get a kidnap. I mean, it was consistent there, and I love Spark Chief riding the opposing Groot Walls, able to kind of escape from trouble there, and just really solid offense point here from FlyQuest. I mean, just beauty.
clinical from them. You know, really just playing around those Wolverine picks very hardcore, right? Obviously, like you said, you know, huge kidnaps, huge plays out of Wolverine. Meanwhile, Energy over the top right, playing around this health pack. Nobody's even here contesting the angle. Also, he has the guard available from Luna Snow to give him the healing on the front line. Meanwhile, Light doesn't even need the pressure from him because he's already on the front line. So everybody came back, looked, turned around for Energy, and they had to deal with Logan and Wolverine in their face. That's a wipe again.
I mean, guys, if you don't know, and by now you might, but Logan, Wolverine, able to charge up that passive on the Groot walls and just able to keep that damage flowing. And then you take that full passive right into a Doctor Strange. It's not going to be easy to deal with it. Now, at this point, 4 minutes left on the clock. Got a lot of ultimates online from FlyQuest here, but the double portal coming out to block him.
Double portal block of the choke. They have to go through a different angle. Are they going to touch? 2 meters left to go. 1 meter, half a meter. They do touch. Also, they did take down Energy, but everybody's funneling towards this cart. They have to run in. The double portals are still up here. In the meanwhile, Light also sitting with the ultimate. They know it's available. Iavog going to come through. It's blocked off for the most part. However, you still caught the Groot out. Here comes the boundary to keep him alive, however, from Ricky. So they're still holding on relatively well. Here comes the Vagabond on the other side, able to take down Zelos as well. So that moves a lot of the support on the other side. Cooper as well will fall. So even though it was looking dicey, Shikigami gonna still hold.
Wow, and Shikigami was definitely, you know, not looking favorable on the ult side at all, and just went past the counter portal, right up on the upside, and ended up taking advantage of it, actually. And beautiful play there, I might say. I mean, when you're looking at the ults here now, we've got Light ready with his, but outside of that, a little bit of resetting having to be done. We do have Goddess of Death about to be online, and yes, Shikigami just used theirs, and so it's going to be close here with the support ultimates, though, and who can kind of get theirs first. They're both kind of deadlocked at the same percentage.
They are, but Cooper, oh no, and the rest of the team able with a wall, it looks like, take down one of Shikigami's members early. I mean, that's brutal, especially your Groot. Now they play back. Energy goes through the sky just with a tempo, ultimate with the Goddess over the top. Meanwhile, here comes Light on the low ground, takes down his counterpart in Mellow. And it looks like it's all falling apart at the seams. In comes the last stand as well from Light, just able to melt down everybody else. Light so far in Wolverine has been an absolute standout, but the rest of his team kind of collapses around this payload with half a meter to go. There's no one to stop them. FlyQuest win, map number 1.
Wow, Light just going berserk with the short king Wolverine. I mean, that was pretty dang impressive, if I have to say so myself. I mean, really, confidence just oozing. And we talked about this, right? We talked about this team is ready to make a name for themselves. People have put them up in the top 2 category even, but we needed to see what they had to bring in this specific match. Again, a lot of them have played together, but I was impressed thoroughly by Light's play there. Going right into the Groot, it was a tough time for Crazy Man.
Oh, yeah. No, it was hard for him, man. I mean...
to Energy.
Yeah, I mean, not running the double Z necessarily with the Punisher instead of having Spider-Man on that side. It's going to be very helpful for Energy, who I imagine just wants to shred through these Groot walls. Meanwhile, Shikigami walking through this right side, prioritizing that health pack side. Light setting up for his dive. He came through on this right side flank all the way, comes back around with the one shot on Ricky and into the team up combination with Venom. Able to get that damage to follow through as well from Energy with the team up Rocket Raccoon. Both of those synergies coming into fruition as the rest of Shikigami are pressed all the way back.
We're going to have to see some change up here. I mean, Bucky, we're going to have a way to slow down the Venom and the Spider-Man. And we were suggesting, could we see this come to fruition? And, man, Light with the perfect combo to start things out. I mean, the skill ceiling for Spider-Man and the way that you can perfect the animation canceling and his combos really being shown off here by Light. Necros, big name, Light doing big things on Spider-Man.
Yeah, they try to walk in. Bubbles come through onto Mello, force him back. After that, though, Spark Chief just being a nuisance, sitting over the top side, staying alive. That's the tough part of Venom. Can do so much damage and also has the survivability of a Vanguard. Meanwhile, they try to walk in, but just can't. Gaslin's just sitting free farming in the front line. Also has a shield ready to go for his Spider-Man. Already forcing out a fate of both worlds on the side to try to deal with the Kraken impact from energy. So it is countered in that regard, but ultimates now come out from from Cooper rather, on his side. A bit of a late fate of both worlds so that they can go in with it, maybe get a damage boost if they really want to, but a mating on the right side was free, able to take down energy. Scatter comes back through with the Meteor M. Doesn't necessarily connect, but they do have the person advantage, and with that, they're able to take down both Gasklin and Light, even in the boundaries. So reset now comes through for FlyQuest.
Beautiful follow-up on that Magneto ult there, and really just staying the course. They didn't change anything up, but you know what? They did just fine here. They also have Legendary on lock, ready to go. Goddess of Death as well. Meanwhile, we really only have Spider-Man's ultimate to showcase, and that's it for a little bit. Obviously, Rocket Raccoon doesn't have the defensive ult, and that's where we're going to see if things get interesting here, and if they're able to still make use of the ultimate battle here without the defensive.
Double swing in. Here comes the dive onto Invisible Woman. Oh, no. Poor Ricky. Poor Madian. Goodbye. Nobody was protecting those strategists. Here comes the ultimate as well. Spider-Man connects on to basically everybody as they do trade back two. However, it's too little too late, and Venom and Spider-Man just deleted your strategists.
Not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That was the perfect use of the ult there. Able to go in. We had the Venom dive and the Spider-Man kill, but then just being able to counter the Legendary indoors, mind you. Both those indoors, kind of chaos happening there. Pure chaos being, obviously, token line of Scarlet Witch, but that's what I just saw in the room, and beautiful, honestly, just beautiful gameplay from the dive team there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they just can't... Oh, by the way, Cooper, what? Just able to take down Melio early? Jesus, man. What are you doing? You're supposed to be playing a strategist, not a duelist. Here comes the Kraken impact, though. Energy, even though Maiden found one, he's not going to be able to deal with three from this Kraken impact. His energy just shuts out the other team's hopes. FlyQuest easily going to win round number one off that.
The snowball coming in strong from Energy. Saw Doom, and he was like, you know what? Hold my cup. I got something to show, too, with the Bucky Barnes. And this is what we just highlighted. We said we wanted to see something different, and they brought it. We got dive here in the MRI. Sign me up.
It's good. I mean, if you're against a talented Spider-Man Venom dive, it's tough to deal with because, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure, in Bronze, you know, playing against Spider-Man, you're like, okay, this character ain't anything, right? He just falls over. But, you know, if you go against Light on Spider-Man and have the dive combination of a Venom, you know, coordinated team environment, it's hard to deal with a Spider-Man who can just escape off the whim of a hat.
And the Rocket here, first of all, there's a big fan base for the Rocket. So you got an even side. People hate him, people love him. No one wants to hear, you know, here's the firepower. But with dive, you got to love Rocket's reach, right? Not going all the way there. You know, Cooper, he might as well be a DPS at the moment. I mean, Duelist just sniping people as we just saw. But Rocket's healing orbs, just great to get over the corner, get into the room where obviously Venom and we see Light here just wanting to do.
Yeah, definitely a solid hero. Still, please do not play no damage Rocket Raccoons in my games, okay? I'm done seeing that, all right? It's not a big fan of it necessarily. Not a big fan of the government in this case. Delos, meanwhile, tossing back his BRB, keeps his team alive here, or at least going to have a potential fallback point. Meanwhile, gives his Winter Soldier the Z team up here on the right side. Oh, that was a really aggressive, deep ultimate from Kraz. Able to take down Energy. Meanwhile, Cooper able to take down a Madian. Also, Energy's back into the fight, though, because the BRB was never taken control of, and because of that, the Winter Soldier is back with so much damage. Fate of both worlds is too late to save Ricky. Everybody's rotated towards the point. Energy almost with the hook. Nice dodge there for Mello. Sidesteps it. Here comes the Venom dive, though, over the top side with the Spider-Man. Into the back, forces back everybody away from this point. So much damage from Spark Chief and FlyQuest right now, as they're all just funneling in. Point now under control of FlyQuest, or will be under control of FlyQuest, rather, as Shikigami are sent back to the spawn.
They're just straight up having a good time right now. I mean, listen, with Rocket, you do trade, obviously, the defensive ult, but that BRB device is the ultimate forgiveness, right? I mean, you have something like that aggressive Groot ult, very strong team-wiping ability, and it was used just to get one down, but the BRB not followed up, and that, we saw it right then and there. That was what snowballed all of this to happen here, as they're destroying the buildings. They don't want any cheeky stuff happening, and Spark Chief ready to dive in yet again.
Sitting over the top, look, both Spider-Man and him sitting there. Spark Chief goes in first, connects onto everybody with flank click. Now has to back onto the corner. Here's the damage boost as well to give them even more damage on the inside. Magneto ultimate. Not almost available for Gasklin. On the other side, Very aggressive one utilized. Also, Fate of Bolt World comes here from Cooper. They're just trying to go over the board. Here comes Spider-Man! Light! Oh my god! 2, 3 eliminations there. Amazing ultimate from Light. The follow-up was there with a spectacular spin. The rest of the team of FlyQuest clean up again.
Tom Holland, Toby McGuire, whoever you like, they felt it from there. That was a beautiful finish there. And I mean, right now, ultimate-wise, Gaston just doing so well on what he's comfortable with. That Magneto play. And Light, you can tell this is not their first time doing this. They had this ready to go. Yes, you know, they were maybe seeing how the team comps were to go, but Light and Spark Chief, you can tell. I can tell they have the smile on their face as they're playing. We're going to have Light diving in into Hella here. Can he capitalize? Can Venom follow up with the Goddess of Death?
Yeah, I mean, he's out there. He's able to kind of just stay alive. Also, it's hard to deal with this Hella Unleashed from the top. The Hella, or the Goddess of Death, like you said. Able to sit above. It's a bit of a different composition. You can't really melt that ultimate as easily, but it doesn't really matter. Dink goes down. So does Kraz. Amadian's able to get one, but it's been the case so far throughout the series. You know, you gotta deal with the rest of FlyQuest. Mello's ultimate, unfortunately, Kraken Impact gets stuffed out, frozen by Cooper. And the rest of the team are playing around the point so well. They gave it up for a second, but through some really good strategist play. And the rest of the team of FlyQuest, they hold on.
I mean, Gaston came back with the BRB device right then and there, too. I mean, when you don't need the defensive ultimate like that, it allows you to play a little bit more aggressive, but also just the mistakes, it's not as big of a deal, right? Like closing in here, trying to get the Invisible Woman combo down. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Ricky going down quickly with the newly buffed as of season 1.5 Spider-Man team up.
And it actually spy checked for him here. Now here comes Amadian onto the Psylocke instead. Does go for one. Maybe going to find another on the backside, but meanwhile, FlyQuest towards the objective. Kind of cleaning up at the moment. Here comes Cooper-tastic with his own ultimate to keep everybody healthy. The Fate of Both Worlds towards the objective. Will keep his team healthy and give them damage boosts if they really need it. But here comes Light with the ult on the backside. Again, the spin is able to track down basically everybody. Zelos, meanwhile, trying to deal with the other team Spider-Man. Mello's going to fall. I mean, at this point, it's just desperation for Shikigami, who in terms of day one, they're not going to really be able to do too much, I think, versus FlyQuest, right? Everybody else is just going to get tracked down on their team's side. FlyQuest really just controlling this objective so strong. Mello going to get staggered out, and FlyQuest have done it to win 2-0.
I mean, what did we say going into this match? We wanted to see what FlyQuest was made of, and I think we just got the result. I mean, you could not put that any better together. And I've got to say, I'm impressed around the board. Zealous, even, you know, you've seen the no damage rocket. I mean, he's like, hey, forget that. I'm going to get a part of this. As Cooper, deservingly MVP. Love to see the strategist get some love here. As we close in on the stats, what's jumping out to you?
I think so far, you know, we saw, you know, I think out of just Cooper playing so well, right? I mean, 5,000 damage on top of 21,000 healing. I mean, he is a standout player for sure. I know that his coach would be mad if I didn't talk about him, considering, you know, how he's played so far and in general, right? This team is a team to watch out for in this whole tournament, man, from what we've seen and from what we've talked about so far. I think that and lost it. But here we go, guys. We have our match results from today. Maybe you're just checking in. Maybe you've been here the whole time. But as you can see from the top there, Rad Esports 0-2, 100 Thieves taking it, moving up to the upper bracket. Again, no eliminations, but moving up brackets in the Swiss system. And then Sentinels taking down Nightmare. A lot of former players going to Sentinels there. 2-0 as we see in the top. Yeah, Sentinels taking out Nightmare was a fun matchup between, you know, former org and new org. Meanwhile, for Envy to drop 2-0 to Shroud X earlier happened in the third game of the day. Meanwhile, Fly as well take down Shikigami 2-0. Was overall, you know, a quick sweep across the board. You know, I would say it was generally expected. I think maybe if we, you know, went forwards to, you know, playing 3 or 4 more maps, you know, we could have seen a little bit of a difference. But in terms of this first to 2 best out of 3 situation we have in the Swiss stages, it was very, you know, pretty much sweep from the day. Yep. Tomorrow, meanwhile, we got Shroud X versus Sentinels to start us off. Man, that'll be a fun one to see these two teams go head-to-head. Cozy, I know you were looking forward to that into tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, this is really what I'm excited about. Shroud X getting to prove it against the Sentinels there, and then we had 100 Thieves as well against Fly. That's going to be a matchup that they are going to be repeating from yesterday. You guys can see the times right here happening on March 15th. This UTC -5. Keep in mind, I believe that's Central Time in the States. But yeah, again, struggling against the Sentinels there to kick things off. Then we head right into 100 Thieves against Fly Esports. You don't want to miss either of those games because that's going to tell us a lot more about this storyline kind of working out in the